Division I Women's Volleyball Championship semifinals. From the Wisconsin Fieldhouse here in Madison, Wisconsin, it's semifinal number 2. Brigham Young University going up against Penn State. We welcome you to the home of the Wisconsin Badgers, a capacity crowd expected in this new hotbed of American volleyball. Hello again, everybody, and welcome. I'm Chris Marlowe. Well, we already know one team that is going to be in our championship final, the Long Beach State 49ers. But who will be the opposition? Will it be BYU, 29-2 on the regular season, pride of the WAC, or Big Ten representative, 30-4, Penn State? Let's find out. Happy to have working with me as our analyst, former Arizona star Lindsey Hahn. And Lindsey, I think when the brackets were drawn up, when the NCAA committee got together, no one expected this matchup in this semifinal.
Well, they really didn't. They were expecting UCLA. They were expecting Stanford, Santa Barbara, Illinois, Nebraska, Colorado, you name it. They weren't expecting these two teams, but these two teams deserve it, and it just goes to show you that there is parity in Division I volleyball today.
Let's talk about this BYU team. They shocked UCLA. Yes, 3-0 out in Westwood, California. They are led by one of the strongest setters in the country, Charlene Johnson. She can play.
She sure can. She has tremendous upper body strength. She's an All-American candidate, and she didn't even play last year at all. So she's a tremendous setter. And one person that makes her look extremely good is Michele Fellows. Tremendous middle blocker, playing very, very strong all season, blocks well, hits well, and she's going to be a player to watch tonight.
For the first time ever, Russ Rose has his Penn State Nittany Lions into the championship final. Penn State team scrappy, good offense, deceiving defense, and they have an excellent setter in Salima Davidson.
She sure is outstanding. She plays extremely good defense. She blocks well. She's not very tall, but what she lacks for in size, she makes up for in vocalization. She's extremely vocal and an excitable player. One person that supports her is Sandy Lamoureux in the middle, and she can hit the ball better than anybody else that I've seen play so far in the Big Ten.
Big Ten and the WAC should be exciting. Stay with us. BYU and Penn State championship volleyball.
There is nothing in the world like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
Packed house ready to roar. Division I semifinal number 2. Brigham Young University, the Cougars against the Penn State Nittany Lions. The BYU starting lineup. You'll see lots of substitutions in and out. Tamua Matu'u is a very cagey outside hitter. Leslie Anderson will start as a defensive specialist. She's good. Gail Oborn, freshman outside hitter. Charlene Johnson, a first-team All-America, is the setter. Shauna Scott in the back row. And Michele Fellows, another first-team All-America at middle blocker. Elaine Michaelis, she started coaching BYU all the way back in 1961. 680 wins, but they didn't keep records the first 8 years of her coaching term. So she could conceivably have about 790 wins by now. Elaine Michaelis for Penn State. Salima Davidson, a second-team All-America. Jen Reimers and Laura Cook. Zeynep Tan on the outside. Tan from Turkey. Jenny Myszewski is one middle blocker. And the best blocker on the team, the tall Sandy Lamoureux. Russ Rose, he has gotten his due. Everybody thinks he's a great coach, and he is the 1990 National Coach of the Year. But this is his first chance at getting into the championship final. Same with Michaelis. Two coaches, Michaelis and Russ Rose. The officials for this one, Patty Salvatore will be our first referee. Our umpire, Verna Klodnikin. There's Verna. Best 3 out of 5 games, each game to 15. You must serve to score a point. You cannot touch the net at any time. How good was BYU in the tournament? They single-handedly knocked the Pac-10 out of the tournament. They defeated Washington State, they knocked out Arizona, and they beat UCLA, who beat Stanford, who beat USC. So that took care of the Pac-10.
It sure did, and the Pac-10 represented the most teams here at the NCAA tournament, and there's not one person here representing them tonight.
First time in a long time the Pac-10 has not been represented. Penn State knocked off Northern Illinois, got by Colorado. That was a thumper right there. And in the regional final, outlasted a very, very good Notre Dame team. Penn State will serve first. We expect a long, drawn-out match. Zeynep Tan from Istanbul, Turkey, a foreigner. And into the net goes number 12, Jenny. No, let's check that. That's Gail Oborn. So Oborn in number 12. Tan leading 1-0. Penn State in dark blue, BYU in white. Penn State a very good defensive team. So is BYU. Oborn hits it out of bounds.
Oborn's the type of player that'll go up and swing every time. Not much of a finesse player like Zen Apton that's serving right now for Penn State, but she will go up and bang away regardless of how many blockers she has up on her.
On the lefty, BYU trailing 2-0. And walking it down the line was number 18, Michelle Fellows, and Penn State jumps out quickly, 3-0. The Madison Fieldhouse here in Madison, Wisconsin, every seat virtually filled, great crowd, and they're all rooting, virtually all of them, for Penn State, the Big Ten representative. Of course, Wisconsin playing in the Big Ten. Chance for Penn State, point number 4. Davidson, X, blocked. Davidson is number 1, great setter. And the put away, 4-0 Penn State.
This is what Penn State is so good at. They're good at getting an early lead, and Salima Davidson is so good at setting her ball to the people that she knows are going to put it away.
Mychevsky got the kill, the sophomore from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, as that ball put away by the Cougars' Michelle Fellows. She's a 6-foot senior out of Las Vegas, number 18 in white.
Michelle Fellows with a 342 hitting average, which is pretty impressive.
A serve by BYU's Gail Oborn. She's a freshman out of Diamond Bar, California. That's right near Disneyland, I'm told, out in Anaheim. And she has worked her way into the starting lineup and played very well down the stretch. 4-1 Penn State. Off the block. Whip it left side. Matu'u, dink, and score.
And an outstanding set by Charlene Johnson. Exceptional upper body strength. Able to push it. Her feet weren't really there, but she has the ability to push the ball anywhere on the court.
A very interesting mix on this BYU team. We'll tell you more about the Cougars in a minute as they score another point. Elaine Michaelis in her 32nd year of coaching. A very underrated coach. She's really never gotten the credit she deserved. And this year, one of her best teams, 29-2. They ran the table in the WAC 14-0. And she's here. Back set, Fellows. And they'll go out to Matu'u. Matu'u, not the hardest hitter in the tournament, but certainly one of the smartest. Side out BYU.
Something you don't see very often by Salima Davidson is just a little bit of miscommunication with Mychevsky. She's usually very vocal, and she lets her players know where the ball's going to be set. That play, they just didn't communicate well.
Number 7, Carol Rawson is in, front line for BYU. She's a big blocker. They'll go to Matu'u, number 5. Hooks it into the corner, 4-3 Penn State. Johnson, Matu'u. And Tamua Matu'u puts it away. 5'10", she's a senior out of Pongo, American Samoa. It's spelled P-A-G-O, but it's pronounced, I'm told, by the Samoans, Pongo. Ball is blocked, and BYU, after tying it up now, takes the lead 5-4, so 5 straight BYU points.
And a lot of these points are being scored on mistakes by both teams.
Penn State, normally a very, very good ball control team. So is BYU. Johnson, dink, score. Charlene Johnson.
An exceptional play by her. Very, very smart. She looks like she's going to set the middle, and she tips it over. Penn State not even close to being ready for it.
And into the net. So Penn State, after scoring the first 4 points, gives up 7. And Russ Rose, the Penn State coach, still no timeout. Strategy up, there it comes. So Russ Rose does take timeout. And so will we. Game 1. National Championship semifinal. BYU fans feeling good. Their team leads 7-4.
The thrill. The spirit. The excitement. The pride. The officially licensed team rings from Balfour. Each ring is crafted to the exacting standards of each league, and all are made in America of beautiful Balfour Celestrium for the look and feel of real gold or silver. Handcrafted by the same master jewelers who created league championship rings and trophies for decades. When you call to order, We'll send you a picture of your ring and a sizer to ensure your team ring fits perfectly. So call the number on your screen to order your team ring. There's no payment required now. You'll be billed just $19 prior to the shipment of your ring. Then, 4 more monthly payments of only $19 each. Enjoy years of showing your team pride right at hand.
Call 1-800-438-7878, 1-800-438-7878.
ESPN's Bowling Guide.
The Thrifty Car Rental Bowl Week rolls on. BYU hooks up with Ohio State tomorrow night at 8 Eastern in Thrifty Car Rental Holiday Bowl.
Remember, bowling's fun.
Along with Lindsey Hahn, I'm Chris Marlowe. A sold-out Wisconsin Fieldhouse. BYU leading here in Game 1, 7-4. BYU, the champion of the WAC Conference. Penn State out of the Big Ten. We welcome all of you watching on KBYU up in Utah. Elaine Michaelis' squad gave up the first 4 points, but the Cougars have roared back and scored 7 straight. BYU is in white, Penn State in blue. Dink and score. Good shot by Jenny Michele. She's been plagued by back problems throughout her career, and now she'll come out in the back line.
Well, she's done a pretty good job. She missed the first 2 hits by dinking the ball out of bounds. Selima Davidson has all the confidence in the world in her hitter and set her again, and Michele put the ball away.
Number 5 is in Angie Farlow, a 5'6" senior from Riverdale, Maryland. Good serve. It's 7-4 BYU. Matubu blocked and stuffed. Davidson was there. Point BYU.
Davidson, 5'10", but has great timing. She's not extremely tall, but she reaches well and penetrates and redirects the ball back onto BYU's side.
Penn State with the serve, and the spike goes straight down. So BYU will have it. Interesting statistic for BYU. The Cougars are 25-0 when they win Game 1. Only 4-2 when they lose Game 1. So a momentum builder for the Cougars. And Davidson with a slap shot. Johnson whip it left side to Matubu. And the rocket cross court out of bounds. No touch. 8 serving 5 now for BYU. Charlene Johnson, junior out of Las Vegas. And into the antenna. Number 4, Jen Reimers, off to a slow start, makes the error.
And that's something you don't see Jen Reimers doing very often. She's a very consistent player. She's had 3 hitting errors so far in the first game.
Davidson on the backslide. And through BYU, Sunday Lamoureux, the junior out of Horseheads, New York. I guess that's near where the Mafia hangs out, to Horseheads, New York. Just kidding. 9-5 is our score. And back row attacker, point to Penn State. Penn State coming in with a fine record of 30-4, knocked off Northern Illinois, Colorado, and Notre Dame. Only losses for Penn State this year: Nebraska, UCLA, Ohio State, and Minnesota. And Penn State scores another point to close to within 2, 9-7.
This is what Penn State does extremely well. They hit the ball deep. BYU's defense is extremely shallow, and they aren't able to get the ball up.
Strategy for Penn State: draw the match out. Lots of rotations and make BYU run out of rotation. Shake pass, another point. So Penn State within 1. Good serving by Penn State. Russ Rose has always coached strong serving, although they don't want to serve the ball out. They want to keep it going.
Well, they know that BYU can rally well, so they have to keep the ball in play.
Matubu, dink, and score. So Mubu Matubu, there's Charlene Johnson. She got the assist. And Matubu will serve. Davidson back set. Dug by Johnson. Left side, straight down the hatch. Jenny. Now check that. That is Gail Oborn, the freshman with the kill, redshirt last year.
Sandy Lamoureux is going to have to start camping out on Oborn. She likes to hit the ball across court. She's going to go for it.
Zeynep Khan, the Penn State player from Turkey, puts it through. That's Marianne Clark wearing the back brace. A couple of bad backs on this BYU team to prevent spasms. Number 7 tees off. Carol Lawson, senior out of Preston, Idaho. BYU has a very good quick attack. That's what killed UCLA.
They do, and they pass well, which enables them to run that quick attack. Charlene Johnson can set the ball anywhere, and what do you have? You have a great offensive team.
Serve goes out of bounds. Leslie Anderson, who's an elementary education major. Now for Penn State, Angie Farlow. Number 15, Claudette Otero comes in. Otero, a freshman from Tampa, Florida. 5 aces this year. Back set, round the horn. Good dig by Penn State. Matu'u digs back. And Matu'u keeps it in play. 10-8 is our score. BYU up by 2. Johnson back set. And the put away, finally, by Marianne Clark, junior out of Las Vegas.
Not a lot of heat on the ball, but she sees the block well and just uses it to her advantage.
Now going out is Marianne Clark. Good defensive specialist for this BYU team. Shauna Scott is number 17 as that Penn State hit goes through. This is the 4th meeting of all time between these two teams. Penn State has never beaten BYU. The Cougars are 3-0. Round the horn. And the put away, Michelle Fellows.
An excellent play by the BYU Cougars right here. They run the backslide, which enables Michelle Fellows to just swing away. She's very quick. She's very agile. She has a good snap. And if you can run those quick sets to her every time, she'll put the ball away.
Heidi Rottinghouse checks in, number 9 in blue. They set quick, good play. Number 12, Jenny Myszewski from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. And she's got the local fans on her side.
She sure does, but there's a good reason for that. She hits the ball and it almost faces BYU's defensive player.
Serving is Laura Cook. Johnson, Dink. Good up, Davidson with the left side. 10-8 score remains. BYU on top. Off the hands. That's one of BYU's favorite plays. The backslide to Fellows.
Well, Fellows hits the ball so well. She takes off on her left foot. Charlene Johnson here's where she is. They're very vocal with each other. They communicate well. And Michelle Fellows just can do anything with that backslide.
A serve for Fellows. Interestingly, Marianne Clark, Charlene Johnson, Shauna Scott, I should say, and Michelle Fellows all play together in the same club program, the Nevada Goal program, run by Bob and Kitty Kelly up in Las Vegas. Very, very successful. As that put away through the block, Jen Reimers. So far, Penn State having trouble converting. Only 1 of 8 on conversions for points. Angie Farlow returns. A 3-point lead for BYU. Game 1. Left side, Matu'u. And Matu'u dinks. Penn State all over it. Lions with a chance. Davidson with a slap shot. Score!
Sandy Lamoureux excited about that play. Selima Davidson had total control of it. The ball was close to the net. She had to go for the tip.
11-9 now. Little ding. Can't get there. Good try by Angie Farlow. Number 5 scrambling to the right side.
And the only senior on this Penn State team as well.
Marianne Clark checks in the front line. Number 4 in white, she'll go right side. 11-9. Penn State trailing by 2. Whip it. Jen Reimers, the only basketball, volleyball combination player at Penn State.
Well, she's first in digs in the Big Ten right now, but you can see she's an offensive threat as well.
Zeynep Tan is back in, the sophomore from Istanbul. BYU by 2. Now, Penn State closes to within 1. Keep in mind, BYU 25-0 when the Cougars win game 1. Penn State trying to pull the upset here. Ace! Reimers, an ace, and we are tied at 11.
Jen Reimers, she's a defensive threat, but she can serve well too. The ball lands short. She sees BYU kind of sneaking close and shallow in the court. She goes for it.
3rd ace for Reimers. We're coming back game 1. 11-all.
Mark and Rennie and little Lindsay are a young family.
For the YES program, now in its 7th year.
Yes!
Charlene Johnson, the star setter for BYU. She has changed her name, if those of you are wondering, back to Charlene Johnson. She was married for a short time, a little over a year. She was Charlene Fiaputa. She is asked now that she is divorced to once again go by Charlene Johnson. She has a young baby. She is a mother and dividing her time between volleyball and being a mother, and she's doing a great job.
And schoolwork as well. It's not an easy thing to do. You've got to give the girl a lot of credit, and she is an outstanding volleyball player.
Oh, yeah, schoolwork. Johnson with it right side, and Clark is blocked and stuffed. So Penn State gets the ball. We're tied at 11, game 1, BYU and the Nittany Lions.
Well, Sandy Longaro gets up big and blocks, and the BYU Cougars just aren't ready for it.
We're tied at 11, blocked by Penn State, and Jen Reimers was blocked out, number 4. She went for it for a moment, couldn't quite bring it up. BYU will have it. BYU now will put in number 9, Leslie Anderson, who has 26 aces on the year. Davidson back set. Ton got it. Zeynep Ton, one of the foreign players having an impact in NCAA Division I volleyball this year.
And one of the 3 players on this Penn State team to be all Big Ten and Mid-East tournament selection. So she's an outstanding player. We're going to need to see a lot of play from her tonight in order for Penn State to really turn this match around.
Passes into the net, and Penn State has a lead. Second lead. Remember, Penn State jumped out 4-0. As the Nittany Lions now lead 12-11. Russ Rose's team 3 points away from game 1. Johnson back set. Clark. Davidson sliding. Kept alive. Johnson. Fellows out of bounds. Point Penn State.
The crowd really backing this Penn State team. It could make a big difference.
Timeout taken. 5 in a row from Penn State. Coming back after this.
Of course, it was harder for him with all the screaming fans and the pressure.
Penn State with a 2-point lead. Their head coach, Russ Rose, a 1975 graduate of George Williams. He said, this is 15 years of hard work to get here. We don't have a great star. We do it the hard way, or the earnest way. We earn it.
Well, he's the type of coach that would never say that he was extremely excited, but I had a chance to talk to Karen Wallenstein, who was his assistant coach last year, who's now coaching for San Francisco, and she said that he's just flying right out of his shoes.
He's won 83% of his matches, 496 wins, only 101 losses. BYU had a big lead, but Penn State has come back, and now the Nittany Lions, being cheered on by this partisan Wisconsin crowd, are at game point. Serving will be number 15, Claudette Otero, for the game. Not yet. Michelle Fellows, she had 353 kills coming in and 900 attempts, so she's going to get the ball a lot.
She is, and especially when they're in a crunch situation like this where they're up against point game, they're going to go to Michelle Fellows every time.
14-11 is our score. Kahn, Doug, Johnson, and out of the back line. Pretty good rip there by Shauna Scott. BYU free ball coming up. Matu'u. Left side. Out of bounds. No, touch. They say touch. So BYU gets a point.
Gail Oborg just going for it. She realizes that do or die right here. She's going to swing hard. She's the type of player that'll do that every time, even when it's a clutch play.
Penn State by a couple, 14-12. Chris Marlowe, Lindsey Hahn. National semifinal number 2. Long Beach State is already in. Penn State needs a kill here. BYU on the attack, around the horn, hit out of bounds. So Fellows makes the error, and BYU will look at game point number 2 off Zeynep Ton. Back set, Fellows, blocks and down. Fellows, 5 kills here in game 1. First team All-America.
Well, that is outstanding for her because she's a great blocker also. She's going to be the person that tonight, if BYU wins this match, she's going to be the pivotal player of the match.
They set into the middle. It's poked up and lifted, so say the referees, by Shauna Scott.
It looked to me that her fist was closed, and that's legal. That should count as a lift.
Game point number 3 for Penn State. Cook with the serve. They'll go to Matu'u. Inside the block, Tamua Matu'u. Matu'u used to hit much harder, but she had arthroscopic surgery between her freshman and sophomore years. It slowed her down, but very, very smart. She sees the block well.
She sure does, and she also had an ice pack on her shoulder before the match even started, so she might be having some shoulder problems also.
Double contact. Good call by our first referee, Patty Salvatore. Off the hands. 14 to 13 now. BYU trying to catch up within one. Davidson, left side, put away. Reimer's got it. The junior out of Lincoln, Nebraska.
Reimers is always so steady. You don't see her make very many mistakes, and especially when she has a big block up there. She'll just swing away and go for it every time.
Jenny Myszewski serving again for game point. Penn State looking to close it out. Matu'u. And Matu'u gets it. Tamua Matu'u said her uncle taught her how to play volleyball back in American Samoa. Serving will be Charlene Johnson.
Both teams are passing well right now.
Johnson, soft serve, 14 to 13 Penn State. Oh, what a rocket. It was dug up, poked up. And one of the BYU players was under the net. So Penn State in navy blue will serve again. Jen Reimers, who had an ace last time she was back there. Serving for the game. Matu'u. Got it again. Tamua Matu'u is ripping.
Boy, and a gutsy set by Charlene Johnson to be setting Matu'u in the middle against Sandy Lamoureux, because she's a tremendous blocker up there, but Matu'u, no problem.
13-14. Cougars can tie it up right here. Not yet. Johnson, terrible play. She shot it right back over, and Tan got it. Zeynep Tan. Charlene Johnson, big mistake there.
All over it. Here's the ball hit cross court by the Penn State Nittany Lions.
Another game point for Penn State. Matu'u. And Matu'u puts it away. So Matu'u, 7 kills right around the dial. Entertaining game one. Now, Carol Rawson will serve. Davidson back set. Touched. Zeynep Tan again from Istanbul, Turkey.
Only 5'8". She's left-handed. She's outstanding, though. 7 kills already in the first game.
Lots of kills here in game one. 14 serving 13. Game point again for Penn State. Fellows, this could be it. They'll get a swing. Left side. And the put away. Laura Cook terminates. And Big Ten champ, Penn State has won game one. We'll continue more coverage here on ESPN after this.
You hoped you would flop. There is nothing in the world like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
BYU won game two, 15-6. We now rejoin action in game three. Penn State ahead, 9-6. Penn State by 3. Game 3. Davidson, chance for a point. Not yet. Great pass. And the put away. Number 9, Leslie Anderson went sprawling, and she passed that ball perfectly right up to the net.
She sure did. She's the type of player that you see hustling on every ball. It doesn't matter if it's about 50 feet off the net, 2 feet off the net. She's going to go for it. And 10 times out of 11 or 9 times out of 10, it's going to be an effective one.
Dug up. BYU looking for a point here. They go to Matu'u. He hammers one through. It's dug up. Crowd didn't like it, but it came out perfectly, and Matu'u drills it. Didn't look pretty, but that set came out nectar.
It came out clean, and you can't really call that. There's been a lot worse plays being played here tonight, and that one was probably one of the better ones.
Over the top. Cook to put the ball in play. Game 3. Nice dig. Come the Cougars. Matu'u rejected.
Myszewski blocked it, but she would never have had that opportunity if Laura Cook had not dug the ball that Matu'u had hit straight down.
10-7 now. Another shank pass. Another point for Penn State. So the serve receive of BYU is in the shank tank right now. Shanking it left and shanking it right. Good serving by number 6, Cook. Quick set. Fellows got it.
You have to serve a team like BYU tough because the minute you give them an easy serve and they pass the ball well on a dime, they're going to put the ball down.
Penn State is ahead by 4. Left side. And the ball spiked out. BYU gets a point. 11-8 now. Off the hands. Did it touch someone? Yes, it did. Good set by Davidson once again. And the kill by MICHELE. Lamoureux is back in the front line. Lamoureux trying to get some stuff. She is the tallest Penn State player at 6'2". There she is, 14, setting up. Dink score! Charlene Johnson.
That looks like something, that looks like a play that Long Beach State would run. The kind of play that Debbie Green would teach you. But she just goes up, she's very confident. She knows what's going on behind her. That's just the experience that she has. She goes for it.
11-8 Penn State. And down the hatch. The ball put away. Reimers got it. 13 kills for Jen Reimers. Side out volleyball here. MICHELE got it.
Good play by MICHELE. She passed the ball. They thought that it would take her out of the offensive rotation, but they ended up setting her. She swung away anyway and put the ball away for a kill.
It's a 3-point Penn State lead. On out of bounds, and slowly BYU chipping away at the lead. It's now 11-9. Nittany Lions up by 2. And a timeout, Penn State. We'll take a time. We're coming back. More volleyball on ESPN after this.
The Bowflex Pro, rated superior to Nordicplex and Soloflex by Consumer Reports. Call Bowflex right now for your free comparison video. And you'll see why Bowflex is simply your best choice. Bowflex is faster and easier to use. Bowflex is more effective and offers about twice as many exercises than other machines. Bowflex is more affordable and is backed by a lifetime warranty. So go ahead, call right now and ask for your free comparison video. And we'll also send you this free brochure that will help you get all the facts. And you can make your own comparison. Bowflex is simply better, it's more effective, easier, and more affordable. All you have to do is pick up the phone and let us show you why Bowflex is the right machine for you. Go ahead, make your own comparison, and call Bowflex right now.
Maybe the most underrated volleyball coach in the country, Elaine Michaelis. In her 32nd year, she said, it's strange to be here. We came through the strongest regional. We certainly deserve it. Looking forward to it. And her team is in it right now. Game 3, pivotal game 3. You would think the team that wins this game will win the match. BYU is behind 11-9 to a very tough Penn State team. Rallying the ball. Trying to jam it. Johnson pokes it up. And cross court is out of bounds. So Penn State in navy blue uniforms has it. Salima Davidson, who's been serving very well so far. 3 aces last time she was at the line. Oborn. Doug. Big play here for Penn State. And off the hands, Marianne Clark. Another one of those Las Vegas players. She's a junior, 21 years old. Rawson will put the ball in play. 11-9, Penn State is ahead. Davidson X to Tan. Tan got it. Touch. Zeynep Tan, number 7.
A lucky shot by Zeynep. The last 2 times she's gone up to hit, she's hit the ball long or wide. So it's critical that she gets this ball back in.
Into the net. Pivotal game 3 in Madison, Wisconsin.
And the pivotal point right now, too, 11 and 9. Those are two very hard scores to get off of.
Tough serve. Davidson whip it left side, and another hitting error for Penn State. Their 20th. That hitting error is starting to come now here in game 3 as Clark continues to serve. Chance to tie it up right here for the Cougars. Oborn got it.
Good play by Oborn. Johnson has the confidence to continue to set her. She's had a couple of mistakes in the past couple of points, but she sees the hole in the block and she just goes for it.
Tied at 11. Penn State needs a side out bad here. Cougars can take the lead. Fellows. Not yet. Ton is down. She didn't go over the line. Ton. Rejected. Oborn stuffed her.
Ton is in the middle of every play. She's on the floor. She's digging the ball. She's getting hit. She's blocking. She's doing it all.
Marianne Clark serving for BYU. Penn State trying to hang on here and get a kill. And they do. Good shot. Laura Cook into the deep corner.
We haven't seen a lot from Laura Cook in this game so far, but she likes to hit cross court and she likes to swing high hand.
Zainab Khan with the serve. It's a 1-point lead for BYU. Oborn. And the ball is on the line. Gail Oborn, the freshman from Diamond Bar, California. And she will serve. Plays much like a senior. Very, very composed. Davidson scoop it left side. And Michele can't get there.
Steady play once again from Jen Reimers. Likes the off-speed shot, likes to hit the ball line.
Russ Rose, the head coach for Penn State, trying to get his Nittany Lions a victory here in game 3. Squeezed one out in game 1. Here comes Heidi Rottinghouse as BYU is ahead by a point. Out of bounds. Serve went out of bounds.
A good idea by Rottinghouse, too. 3 players back in that corner, serving that corner, trying to confuse them, but the ball went long.
Fellows with the serve. It's a 1-point BYU lead. Blocked. And BYU now leads by 2.
Penn State having a difficult time getting off 11.
Very difficult time. Another dig. Matu looking for 14. Two-hand shot this time. The Lions are there. Johnson slap shot. Score! Charlene Johnson loves to hit, loves to dump, and she whacked it on that one.
A very aggressive setter. A lot of times you see a passive setter out there, very vocal, but this girl is very aggressive on offense, and she attacks, and she's not afraid to do it all.
First game point for BYU. Dug up. Fellows was there. Johnson will keep it in play. Little tip. Cougars can put it away here. Oh, they call a lift. Johnson was in a funky stance. Number 16 couldn't quite get it out cleanly. Substitution once again. Angie Farlow. Here she comes. Little defensive specialist will serve. 5-6. Looking for a couple strong serves to catch Penn State up. Quick set. Chance right here for a point. Got. Reimers with the whack.
That right there is what makes Jen Reimers all Big Ten and Midwest tournament selection.
Angie Farlow will serve once again. Over to Matu. Blocked! Penn State now within 1. Crowd comes alive. Timeout BYU. A 1-point game when we come back.
A few weeks ago, while doing some test shots with Debbie, I noticed something. Dandruff. So I told her about Head & Shoulders. Unlike regular shampoos, Head & Shoulders help stop flakes from even forming. You see the difference? Head & Shoulders turns dandruff problems into beautiful hair.
There are lots of reasons to buy life insurance. Here are 2 great ones. I'm State Farm Agent Mike Foley. As the Goff family has grown, so have their life insurance needs. That's why we get together for family insurance checkups. I make sure to explain all the options, then they decide on the plan that's right for them. Ask your State Farm agent for a family insurance checkup. It's a great way to learn about life.
I'm Mark Sosin from ESPN's Saltwater Journal. Estuaries are among our richest and most beautiful resources. Let's preserve and protect this fragile environment. You can make a world of difference.
Basketball is a game of style. It's a game of form and finesse. But believe me, when I'm in your face, it's not pretty.
They say in volleyball, the moment of the match. It is right here. BYU and Penn State. Each team won a game. This is game 3. BYU is ahead 14-13. Russ Rose's team trying to catch up. We're playing to 15, win by 2. Chris Marlowe and Lindsey Hahn here in Madison, Wisconsin, championship semifinal number 2. Barlow's been serving well. Penn State, she serves it out of bounds after the timeout. So Barlow's serve a little too long. She served well. And the third, make that the second game point for BYU. Davidson, whip it left side, and the put away again. Jen Reimer's Ms. Clutch.
Jen Reimer's coming on so strong. She was so steady earlier, not really explosive, but she sees the hole in the block well. She swings quick. Not a problem for Jen Reimer.
Trying to tie it up, Penn State. Back set. Clark off the hand. They have it up for a moment. Barlow is there. Kahn keeps it in play. Johnson, quick set. Blocked! And down. We're tied at 14.
And Lamoureux just goes for it. We haven't seen too many blocks from her, and Jen Reimer's got the ball up. Great defense by her. BYU goes up strong, but Lamoureux goes up even stronger, blocking the ball down.
14-14, game 3. Penn State trying to take the lead back. Matu'u out of bounds. Penn State by 1. Now the Lions will have their first game point. Matu'u, dunk. Matu'u, two-hand shot, blocked. Penn State was down 14-11 and rallies 5 in a row to win 16-14. We'll be back.
You can still see CAA Visitor Center, open year-round in Kansas City.
Back at the Wisconsin Fieldhouse here in Madison, Wisconsin. NCAA Championship semifinal number 2. Penn State pulling out game 3. Penn State now leads this match 2-1. What a comeback by Penn State after being down 14-11 and then scoring 5 in a row to pull it out. Big story in game 3, Lindsay. Passing errors by BYU. 14 shank passes in game 3. You can't win playing like that.
Well, you can't, but Penn State's just taking advantage of their tough serving. I mean, if you can't go back there and make a tough serve and cause them to start passing poorly, BYU's going to get an edge on you, and they're going to come back. Penn State, Selima Davidson actually started the whole thing off with 3 service aces in a row. Her team kind of caught the hint, and they just went for it.
The outside hitters for Penn State doing well. Jen Reimer and Zainab Khan. On the other side of the court, Tamua Matu'u is only hitting 133. Gail Oborn 139. So Matu'u and Oborn have to hit much, much better. Of course, a lot of that caused by some bad passing, but you got to feel that Penn State has confidence and momentum back.
They do, and Jen Reimers is a key player out there right now. She was pretty quiet in game 1 and 2, but in game 3 she had about 5 or 6 really important kills, and she just came back strong again.
Dug by Penn State, they poke it back over. Another dig by Penn State. Penn State wins this game. It's on to the finals for the Nittany Lions. BYU gets the side out. Cougars, Coburn to put it in play. Back set. Davidson. They'll set to the left. And the spike is... Yes, there was a touch, so BYU gets the point. BYU takes the early lead 1-0.
And Jenny Majewski's smiling over there. She says, all right, you caught me on that tip.
There's a block right there. Matu'u and Fellows. 2-0 BYU. BYU, the team that knocked UCLA out of the tournament, the #1 ranked team in the country. And the Bandikowski squad having such a great year. Oh, and they call lift on Tamua Matu'u. Ball stuck just a bit. Hardly a complaint. I would have yelled bloody murder if they had called that on me. Lift. Penn State is on the board.
Well, Matu'u, that shot had been working so well for her earlier, and then she had 2 mistakes in the third game, and then that one mistake right there with the same shot. So she's going to have to switch to something different because it's not working for her anymore.
Number 12, Jenny Majewski. Here comes Matu'u, and she whacks it out of bounds. So Matu'u maybe running out of steam just a bit. The 32nd hitting error for BYU. By the way, if you're wondering if BYU women go on missions, yes, they do, but not before their eligibility is finished. They go after they're 21. A couple of players told me. So yes, BYU women do go on missions. 1-year missions.
To Michigan. That's why you don't see as many BYU players that are as old as, say, the male players that play basketball, football, and volleyball.
T2 in game 4. Matu'u dug beautifully. Majewski. We go to Matu'u again. Dink. Penn State is there. Penn State take the lead here. Con Dink score! Nittany Lions starting to feel it.
And not an easy play for Zainab Khan. The ball has to cross her body before she has contact with it. She tips the ball sharp cross court. That's not an easy play to do.
Upset brewing here in Madison, Wisconsin. I think that most people felt coming in BYU had a much better team than Penn State. That if BYU played its best, even Russ Rose, the Penn State coach, said, if Penn State plays its best and we play our best, we'll lose. We need for BYU to be a little off. We need to play great. That's what's happening. BYU into the net. So passing errors, hitting errors, netting errors, plaguing BYU. And Salima Davidson, the Big Ten Player of the Year. She has played like a first-team All-America. She has been brilliant. Blocked! Sandy Lamoureux with the rejection.
That is what we've needed to see from Sandy all match long. 7 blocks for Sandy already in the second and third game. She's really come on strong, and that's exactly what they need to turn this match around.
4-2, BYU in big trouble now. Another block. Lamoureux again. 8 blocks for Lamoureux, and Penn State jumps out 5-2. Finally, a put away for Tamua Matu'u. The assist to Johnson. Matu'u started off strong, but has been faltering just a bit. Coming into this game, Matu'u with 11 hitting errors. And suddenly the balls that were coming up off the BYU defense are starting to drop.
Penn State's just attacking more effectively. They're more confident out there. They're swinging at things, and they're tipping the ball. Those off-speed shots will get BYU because they're expecting Penn State to swing hard.
Heidi Rottinghouse is in, freshman out of Columbus, replacing Lamoureux. Rottinghouse good on defense. You look at the serve receive of BYU. That has been one of the Cougar problems, shanking passes. Back set. Marianne Clark blocked out of bounds. Good shot, Clark. Side out. 4 kills for Clark. She's usually set very sparingly, mostly on the right side. 5-2 Penn State. And Penn State passing perfectly now. Khan blocked. Fellows got it.
And Fellows is fired up. She's not usually as feisty as she is right now, but she sees her team kind of slacking off a little bit. She's making up for it in the blocking area.
When your team is in trouble, you need to do something emotionally to try to lift it. Fellows is trying that. Spike dug. Left side. Inside the block. Coming back over. It's in!
And what we've been seeing from Jen Reimers all evening long in the hitting department, she's been doing the same thing in the defense department. She's low to the ground. She passes the ball up. It goes over the heads of the BYU players, lands in the court easily.
Ensuing serve went out of bounds. Score remains 5-3. In the serve is Shauna Scott. Penn State leading this match 2-1. Winner goes on to play Long Beach State. Left side, Reimers, dink out of bounds. If it's in, Lindsay, it's a score. She just turned her the hand out of bounds.
It was a smart play by her. That backcourt was wide open. She had to go for it.
BYU trying to fight back here. Now trailing by just one. Reimers blocked. Scooped up. Johnson back set. Fellows, yes. Michelle Fellows romping now. 19 kills for Fellows to lead BYU.
BYU's in a very good position right now. They have Fellows in the front row. They have Johnson, who likes to attack as a setter. And they also have Oborn, who's been attacking the ball very effectively all evening long.
BYU, one of their players told me earlier, we like to humbly show off. It was Tamua Maju'u, but now they're on a fight because Penn State playing very well with a lot of confidence. Trying to tie it up, Fellows. Doug. It is 5-5. Let me correct that. There's the block. In the middle, Charlene Johnson. BYU takes the lead, 6-5. Davidson, two set. Left side, Reimers reams it down the line. So Jen Reimers doing her thing. 19 kills for Reimers to lead Penn State.
And Reimers and Cook are two very similar players. The only difference that they have is that Reimers likes to hit the ball down the line and Cook likes to hit that sharp angle.
Little dink shot, come around and scoop it back over. Good shot by Cook. And the big put away, Fellows. Fellows is hot now. She has 20.
She's really firing her team up right now, too. That's exactly what they need. They need a player out there to take charge and get things rolling.
Johnson sets Maju'u. And Maju'u going to get a kill. Not much steam on the spike of Maju'u, but she got it done. 7-5 BYU. Over the net. And the put away. Good set and spike. Myshevsky got the kill. Penn State subbing now. Little people in the back, big people up front. Lamoureux comes back in, the blocking specialist. There she is. In the back line, Angie Farlow. There she is. Penn State leads this match 2-1. Big hit. Fellows is getting a lot of sets now. Johnson knows she's hot.
And if Penn State's going to capitalize, it's right now that they need to do it. Fellows is in the back row. They need to take advantage of the smaller front line.
Fellows with the serve. Reimers is blocked. And Davidson slam dink.
Reimers not hitting as effectively as she has been earlier in this game, but Selima Davidson just thinking she'll take things into her own hands and really sparking her team with that one-handed dump.
Nice play by Davidson. 5 serving 7. Maju'u. Penn State runs it down. Good defensive battle here. Johnson, quick set. Blocked by Penn State. They play it up. Quick set. Not yet. Maju'u on the run. Score! Tamua Maju'u with the bump kill. She's had 2 overhand kills, a dink kill, and now a bump kill.
She loves that corner. She just keeps going for it.
Wow.
Farlow thinks the ball's out and kind of hesitates for a second. Not a good idea.
Tamua Maju'u. The score remains, however, 7-5. Penn State trailing here in game 4, but leading the match 2-1. ball defense by Penn State. Bing, 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 bing. Penn State again. Barlow. Left side. And nobody there. Clark gets it into the bottom of the net. Charlene Johnson sent Clark when she wasn't ready.
Well, Chris, you talked about how Angie Farlow's the only senior on this team, and this Penn State team's going to be good. But Angie Farlow, with her defense right now, it's going to be greatly missed next season.
7-6 as Penn State draws to within one. Matupu back over. Johnson to Clark, and Penn State touched the net. Quick timeout. 7-6. Cougars when we return.
There are lots of reasons to buy life insurance. Here are two great ones. I'm State Farm Agent Mike Foley. As the Goff family has grown, so have their life insurance needs. That's why we get together for family insurance checkups. I make sure to explain all the options, then they decide on the plan that's right for them. Ask your State Farm agent for a family insurance checkup. It's a great way to learn about life.
You hoped he would fly forever, that he would continue to soar, for Michael Jordan accomplished what others could not.
This is the greatest performance ever.
Time and time again, he showed us things we couldn't believe and gave us moments we wouldn't forget. Now all the excitement of the Jordan career is captured in this exclusive collection from Sports Illustrated, the Michael Jordan Thrill Pack. It's free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated, where millions of readers joined Michael on his amazing adventure. Call this toll-free number now and get your free collector special that lets you relive the thrilling moments in the career of the man who became a legend. First, you'll get Come Fly With Me 91, a video flight that takes off with a great view of Michael's early days in North Carolina. The fantastic flight continues to the NBA for the original slam and jam and excitement. Your thrill pack continues with your second free video, Michael Jordan Airtime. It's Michael at the peak of his incredible talent. You go behind the scenes and stay with him everywhere as he achieves his championship dreams. At home and on the road, you'll get a feel for what it's like to be Michael Jordan Superstar.
Back in the building.
Your free thrill pack also includes this collector's edition of Sports Illustrated, 3 Seasons to Savor. It's full-color excitement to let you run with the Bulls during their championship years. Don't miss Michael in this dazzling collection that has all the thrills of his career in one big 3-pack thrill pack. It's available only from Sports Illustrated, the magazine that gets you into sports like no one else. Call now to subscribe or renew and get 54 issues of Sports Illustrated, including the swimsuit issue for only $1.39 an issue. Save over 52% off the cover price. For quicker delivery, use your credit card. SI and your free thrill pack make great gifts. Don't miss your free thrill pack. Now it's the only way to fly. There is nothing in the world like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
2-1, Penn State leading BYU. Penn State, the Big Ten champions this year against BYU, the first team to ever qualify for the national semifinals from the Western Athletic Conference, the WAC. Penn State in Navy, won game 1, got slaughtered in game 2. Game 3 pulled it out, and here we are in game 4. Chris Marlowe, Lindsey Hahn, national semifinal number 2. BYU's in white. Good volleyball. High-powered volleyball as Jenny Mychesky, the biology major, rattles a couple cells on the other side.
Or a few teeth, for that matter. My gosh, we haven't seen her hit a ball like that all evening.
7-7 game 4. Penn State trying to get to the championship final, as is BYU. Penn State once again back on top, 8-7. Johnson to Matupu, into the net, it was not touched. And Penn State, 9. Russ Rose, his team ahead by 2.
Interestingly, Charlene Johnson's not sitting Oborn right now. She's been hot most of the match.
He went and got that one, and the put away to number 7, Carol Rawson. Well, Oborn has been erratic. She has had a number of errors that go along with a number of kills, so maybe Johnson using her a little more sparingly. As number 7, Rawson goes out. Number 9, Anderson is in. 7 serving 9. Game 4. Block, poke, that's legal. You're allowed to touch it twice off the block. There's a block, poked up by Davidson. Nice play, Tom. Anderson was there. Deep score! Charlene Johnson. A point for BYU. The mother finds the opening.
Well, it's a smart play. As you can see, Penn State's in deep defense right here. The ball set over on 2, and everybody goes for it, but nobody's close enough.
Penn State is ahead by 1, 9-8. Upside, down the line. Once again, a little ricochet defense. 10 kills for Cook.
And a great outside set by Zainab Khan. Salima Davidson dug the ball. Zainab had to set it, and she did a good job of pushing the ball all the way outside for Laura Cook.
Khan with the serve. Her team leading 9-8. Fellows dink it straight down. And a good shot because Khan, number 7, had to come a-running.
She was serving, and what happened was Fellows saw that Zainab Khan was not in position. She tipped the ball to where Zainab Khan should have been.
Good rotation for BYU. See Fellows, their big gun, in the front line. Serving specialist Shauna Scott in the back line. Davidson, left side. Reimers, dug up. Watch Fellows coming. There she is. Not yet. Fellows will set left. Oborn. Did she get it? She got a touch. Yes, she did. So Oborn bounces one off the tape. We're tied 9-all. Set left. Dug up. Davidson, nice play. So far, Penn State has won the close games in this match. Got a 15-13, got a 16-14. Oborn, out of bounds. Was there a touch? No, ball to Penn State.
Oborn's really swinging low right now. Earlier in the match, she was swinging high. She was hitting the ball through the seam. Right now, she seems to be a little bit fatigued, and she's hitting the ball a lot lower.
It's been a long, drawn-out 4-game match. Certainly not hot in here because it is cool and collective outside in Madison, Wisconsin. Chilly. Temperature in the high 20s.
And they're expecting snow very soon.
That means low 20s. Coming up. 9-9, game 4. Penn State leading the match 2-1. Oh, what a dig by Matu'u. Back over, little slap shot. The one-arm bandit. Left side, Matu'u. Not yet. Davidson slap shot. This is one of the longest rallies ever in NCAA volleyball history. Certainly in semifinal. Oh, and Johnson again.
Johnson knowing exactly where the Penn State players are at all times. That's a very crafty play. That's something that you see a lot from very experienced setters. She goes up, she's able to jump because she's in the front court, and she just jump steps it right into the middle.
The routine socks are not going up. The routine hits are being dug up. Anything unusual goes down. Cougars have the lead 10-9. Matu'u huffing and puffing on the left. Angie Farlow, the defensive whiz, is in. Matu'u off the ground. Davidson sets left to Reimer. She's still got heat. She scores.
An important play by Reimers right there. BYU's in a very strong hitting, attacking position. They have Fellows in the front row. They have Matu'u in the front row. And they have Johnson in the front row. So anytime Penn State can capitalize, it's a good time.
Tied up at 10. Fellows blocked. Penn State has regained the lead. Nittany Lions 4 points away from going to the championship final. 40 hitting errors for BYU. Matu'u needs a kill, and she gets it. Matu'u slaps her 23rd down.
Outstanding play by Matu'u. She's been off, she's been on, but right now when it's clutch time, she knows that she needs to be on.
BYU, we are told, out of substitutions. So BYU has to stay with this lineup. That would favor Penn State. As that ball is blocked, point to BYU. Tied at 11. Game 5 will be speed scoring if we get there. Left side, Reimers. Right into the block, she'll get it back. Reimers again against 2. Block out of bounds. Reimers the kill.
It's fun to see a player like that just go for it, regardless of what the score is, regardless of where they are in the match, just going up swinging every time. She knows her players will cover her.
Matu'u off the block. It's played up by Davidson. Chance to take the lead. Ton whacks it. Score! Zeynep Ton, 12-11. Penn State by 1.
Some heavy-duty topspin by Zeynep Ton on that also, carrying the ball down into the court.
Inside the block, Matu'u. BYU has it back. Sub back in Marianne Clark. And that will do it for BYU. For sure now. Out of bounds on the serve.
A very close serve there. The crowd's kind of hesitating, giving a few boos. They thought that ball was on the line.
Good rotation for Penn State. Salima Davidson, their all-star with the serve. Into the middle, Matu'u. Yes. Tamua Matu'u, 25 kills. It's 12-11. Penn State, the team in navy blue. Back set, Ton. Could be a tie here. Quick set. Davidson is there. Left side, Cook. Another long rally coming up. I can feel it. Oborn does. No, it's down. Gail Oborn, the freshman, comes through and ties it up at 12. The home of Wisconsin has BYU and Penn State battling out for that NCAA championship first. Stay with us.
I took diet pills. I lost 34 pounds.
6 months later, the weight came back.
That's when I decided to get off the diet roller coaster and get on a Nordic Track.
In fact, Nordic Track is so easy to stick with that after 5 years, 7 out of 10 Nordic Track owners still use their Nordic Track skiers an average of 3 times a week.
It's been more than 2 years. The weight's still off, and I'm still on my Nordic Track. You should give Nordic Track a try.
Call now for a free video and brochure. Take weight off and keep it off. Nordic Track introduces the Weight Loss Satisfaction Guarantee. Research shows that Nordic Track's total body workout burns more calories than exercisers that only work your legs. Discover what numerous customers have found. With regular exercise on Nordic Track, you can take weight off and keep it off. And we're so confident you'll lose weight too, we guarantee it. We'll guarantee that you'll lose at least 10 pounds in 60 days or your money back. Call now for a free video and brochure. Ask about our 60-day Weight Loss Satisfaction Guarantee.
New Year's resolution number 1. Travel the world and experience the exotic, the outrageous, and the spectacular way people around the world enjoy their sport. Amazing Games New Year's Day Festival. 3.5 hours of the world's most amazing games. See it, believe it. Amazing Games New Year's Day Festival. Only on ESPN. Big Monday. The Virginia Cavaliers try to slam dunk Rollie Massimino and the Runnin' Rebels. Watch it. College Hoops. Monday at midnight, only on ESPN.
Second all-time tournament record crowd, 10,270, the all-time record set in 1990, right here at Wisconsin. What great fans. Game 4, we are tied at 12. Penn State leading this match 2-1 and just 3 points away from victory. Elaine Michael is trying to become the first women's coach in NCAA history to advance into a championship final. Other coaches have won in the past that have been women, but it was in the AIAW years. Dixie Grimmett won a national championship, but no team in NCAA history since 1979 has been able to get there with a woman coach. BYU trying to hang in as Penn State gets the ball back.
Swansea Lomber with a huge block. Zeynep Ton is up there too. The two of them actually have about a foot in size difference right there. And a lot of times you can capitalize on the shorter player. But Swansea's just making up for all the difference in the height of Zeynep Ton.
Serve and kill. Good shot. Carol Rawson senior puts it away. 12-12 in game 4. Long Beach State is in the championship final. Penn State just 3 points away. And Zeynep Tan. BYU trying to get it to rally scoring in game 5. Tan will serve. Quick set. Fellows done. Davidson, beautiful dig. Penn State. Dink shot put up. Oborn blocked. Poked up. No, it goes down.
Cook and Mashevsky just going for it up there. No problem penetrating over the net for the kill, for the block solo.
13-12. The Big Ten champs Penn State poised and a run to the championship final.
From Hollywood Pictures.
I'm a coach, basketball.
To recruit a rising star from an African tribe, Jimmy Dolan will have to live with them. Eat with them.
Case of the Wanabe Trust, I'd say.
Work with them.
NBA. Where'd you learn about that? Sports Illustrated, swimsuit edition.
And lead them to victory. Kevin Bacon. The Air Up There, rated PG. Sneak preview this weekend.
Why watch life on TV when you can live it? Why Italian leather shoes when there's hiking boots? Or why pay for mountain spring water when you can get it for free? Times have changed, but you haven't. You've always appreciated the finer things in life. Daylight savings time, a good challenge, and your Amerlink log home. Beautiful natural log homes designed to blend in with nature. Perfect for the lake, mountains, beach, or your favorite neighborhood. Energy-efficient log homes, produced with pride by Amerlink, an environmentally conscientious company. To discover more about Amerlink's log homes for the 90s, call 1-800-282-LOGS to order our 128-page full-color planning guide featuring photos and floor plans of 80 new models, all for only $19.95 plus $3 shipping and handling. Call and order your Amerlink log home planning guide now, and you'll also receive a complete How to Build a Log Home video at no extra charge. Amerlink, America's log home company.
Big crowd. A big Big Ten crowd. Waiting and hoping that Penn State out of the Big Ten can do it in the next couple of points. Chris Marlowe along with Lindsey Hahn, Penn State 2 points away from advancing to the championship final. Hitting errors and bad passes have plagued BYU, the WAC champ. Zeynep Tan will serve 13-12. Penn State has a chance. Doug. Penn State plays it back over. BYU in white trying to hang on. Quick set. Fellows got it. Michelle Fellows has been clutching. Charlene Johnson, the setter for BYU, will set her a lot now.
There's no reason that she shouldn't set her. She's hot right now. She's on. You got to set a player that's like that at this crucial moment in the match.
Davidson goes high. Dink off the block. Jenny Myshevsky, the native Wisconsinian, if there is something like that.
Well, the crowd loves her here.
They should, as Cook serves. 13-12. Penn State. Dink score. Fellows. Boy, that was a tough shot. 25 kills now for Fellows. BYU trying to tie it up. Get to game 5. Davidson. Left side for Tu'u. Johnson on one. Doug. Tan was right there. Reimers. Dink. Score.
Reimers knowing exactly what to do. She has 3 blockers on her on the left side. What's she going to do? She's going to tip the ball cross court short. Nobody there.
You ready for the one?
Penn State by a point, 13-12. BYU in trouble here. Matu'u. Penn State to go to 14. Got it! Timeout BYU. When we come back, Penn State will serve to go to the championship final.
you can still fly with Michael Jordan. All the excitement of the Jordan career is captured in this exclusive collection, the Michael Jordan Thrill Pack. Free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated, the magazine that gets you into sports like no one else. Your Thrill Pack includes 2 free videos, Come Fly With Me 91 and Michael Jordan Airtime. Come fly with Michael to his early days in North Carolina and stay way up with the NBA and the original Slam and Jam and excitement. In Airtime, you go behind the scenes to see what it's like to be Michael Jordan as his championship dreams come true. Your Thrill Pack also includes this special collector's edition of Sports Illustrated. It's full-color excitement celebrating 3 seasons at the top. Get 54 issues of Sports Illustrated for only $1.39 an issue. Save over 52% off the cover price. For quicker delivery, use your credit card. Don't miss this big 3-pack Thrill Pack. It's the only way to fly. There is nothing in the world like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
Penn State head coach Russ Rose, assistant coach Aaron Tomlin, Leanne Kling, Kim Comfer, Michael Shaw, the coaching staff. Penn State, only the second Mid-East team to have a chance to go into the championship final. Only one other team has ever done it. Terry Pettit's Nebraska squad. They did it last time, 1989. The opponent, Long Beach State. 1 point away now as Penn State trying to pull the upset here. The Nittany Lions will serve. Jenny Myszewski. Big Ten crowd is up for the match and a trip to the championship final. State is going to the championship final, Lindsey Hahn.
And really nobody thought that they could do it. They were the underdog coming into this match. BYU had such an incredible season beating the likes of UCLA, Arizona, Washington State, all the big schools out in the West, and Penn State came out here tonight feisty as ever and won.
A standing ovation here in Madison, Wisconsin. Russ Rose is going to the championship final against Long Beach State. We'll be back.
The money you save will be worth it.
Back in Madison, Wisconsin, what a night for the Big Ten Conference and Penn State. Penn State becomes the first team ever out of the Big Ten to advance to the championship final. A hard-fought 4-game win over a very game BYU team. Head coach Russ Rose, one of the most excitable coaches you will ever see. Watch him blast off as the final ace goes down. Russ Rose. It went so fast you didn't even see it. The game's over and Russ Rose has himself a trip into the championship final. He is with Lindsey Hahn. Go, Lindsey.
Russ, congratulations. An outstanding match tonight. You guys kind of came in as the underdogs tonight with BYU playing some outstanding teams in the West. Are you relieved? Are you shocked? Are you excited? How are you feeling?
Well, I don't think I'm shocked. I mean, you're in the Final Four. You're there for a reason, and I think that we felt confident that if we played well, that we'd have an opportunity to win the match, and as things came out at the end, we were in a position to do that.
Now, in your coaching career at Penn State, you have never not had a bid to the NCAA tournament. This year, you're in the final championship match. You're playing Long Beach. What are your thoughts on Long Beach?
Well, I didn't really have an opportunity to see much on Long Beach. I'm sure they're very good because they're also in the finals and they have the Player of the Year. So, you know, I'm sure we're going to have to make some adjustments in the next day and a half, and hopefully we'll be able to do that and, you know, and give this big crowd an opportunity to get excited again. They helped us a lot this evening.
Well, they really were on your side. Congratulations, Russ. Way to go.
Thank you.
Lima, we meet again.
Yeah,
outstanding match tonight.
Thank you.
I don't know how many assists you had, but you were outstanding out there. Your defense was just terrific. You served well. Your offense was great. What were your thoughts going into tonight's match?
Well, you know, it's just like any other match. We just need to play hard and play good defense, and I think that's what came out tonight. Our back row players did awesome, and we just dug a lot of balls, and I think that frustrates teams, and that's what we needed to do to win.
Now, Jen Reimers had a great match tonight. She had numerous kills. Were you expecting her to have that kind of a game?
Yeah, you can always expect that out of her. I mean, she's a very consistent player, and sometimes she plays exceptionally well, and I think tonight was one of those nights.
Now, you seem like you're extremely excited to be in the finals Saturday evening. What are your thoughts going into that match?
You know, we're just going to play. We're just going to try to have fun and do what we need to do. We're going to try to, you know, get some semblance of a scouting report together and play good defense and see what happens.
Great. Congratulations, Salima.
Thank you.
Chris, back to you.
Salima Davidson showing why she was the Big Ten player.